Hi everyone, it's your Miss Supranational 2019, Anntonia Porcelain, and welcome back to another Supra Chat with Anne. Today we are on episode 4 with group 4 of the contestants for Mr. Supranational 2021. So let's get started with a brief introduction from our group 4 contestants, starting with Mr. Aruba.
Hi, my name is Daryl Lampo and I'm 29 years old and I'm from the beautiful One Happy Island, Aruba.
Thank you, Mr. Aruba. Next, we have Mr. France.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fabien Mounoussami. I come from Réunion Island, which is a beautiful French island lost in the Indian Ocean between Mauritius and Madagascar.
Thank you, Mr. France. Next, we have Mr. Haiti.
Hi, everyone. I'm Théodore Bien-Aimé. I'm 28 years old, and I'm from Haiti, the beautiful Haiti. And I am a chemist. It's my first time in pageantry, so thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Haiti, and welcome to the pageant world. Next, we have Mr. Indonesia.
Hi, selamat malam, good evening. My name is Oki Alparesi. I'm 28 years old. And I'm currently working as a lecturer, and I'm from Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Indonesia. Next, we have Mr. Malta.
Hi, all. Thanks for having me here. I'm Rafael Fiedler. I'm going to be 29 years old next week. It's my birthday. I work as a project manager, and I am from the small village of Marsascala, which is really close to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Malta, and happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Morocco.
So good day, everyone. My name is Walid Shakir. I'm 25 years old. I'm a personal trainer and model and bachelor too. I'm Moroccan, but I'm living in France right now. And that's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morocco. Next, we have Mr. Romania.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amfir Gianni. I'm from Romania, known by the Dracula story. And I'm a personal trainer here in Romania.
Romania. Next, we have Mr. Sierra Leone.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Anne. I am Abubakar Tarawali. I was born and raised in Bombali district, northern part of Sierra Leone, West Africa. I'm 29 years old and I just graduated from the university. I studied development studies and I'm looking forward to pursue my master's maybe in the summer. So I'm happy to be with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sierra Leone, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And that was a brief introduction from our group 4 contestants. So are you guys ready for your first group of questions? Thumbs up.
Yes, I've been ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I will be asking you 2 questions. The first one, everyone will answer, and then we'll go back to the beginning and I will ask you your second question. Your questions are from your fans and from the fans of Miss and Mr. Supranational. So let's get started. First, Mr. Aruba, your first question is, how do you deal with people who are toxic to you?
Thank you for the question. How I deal with people that are toxic to me. First, I'm a very positive person. I wake up very early in the morning. I'm always positive. I try to contagion the people with my positive energy. And if that person very close to me is really, really toxic, then I will step back and be away from them. Because at this moment, what we need is positive people in our life, positive people in our world. That is the most important thing, and not toxic people or negative people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aruba. Next, we have Mr. France. Your first question is, what do you hope to establish for the next generation that you don't have?
So thank you for the question. So what I want to do for my next generation, I mean, my child. So I'm basically learning a lot of stuff to how to be a better man in this society. So what I'm going to learn, even if it's a girl or a boy, I'm going to learn him how to be a better person and also how to be himself. Because in this world, we all pretend to be someone else, but at the end of the day, we just want to show off a better version and then to be good people to others. So I'm going to teach them that, which is what I'm learning right now.
Thank you, Mr. France. And I completely agree, especially in today's world, we tend to get caught up in wanting to be someone else. And we forget that who we are is what makes us unique. Mr. Haiti, your first question is, have you ever felt alone in a decision? And how did you overcome that feeling?
Je vous remercie pour la question. Donc, plusieurs fois, j'ai...
Thank you for the question. You said many times in my life I took some wrong decisions, but when I take a decision for myself, I totally handle it by my own. I take the responsibility. So I keep moving forward, and if I did mistakes or I took a wrong decision, I ask for forgiveness. And I keep on going, and I try this time to don't do the same mistake. And thank you for the question.
Thank you, Mr. Haiti, and thank you, Mr. France, for translating for the rest of us. I completely agree, and I think that actually making mistakes is how we learn and how we grow as individuals. So if we keep doing things and improving every time, then in the end, we don't need to be apologetic for our actions because we're doing things that we really believe in, and that's what's most important. Next, we have Mr. Indonesia. Your first question is, what are the responsibilities of a man towards society, and do you think you fulfill those?
All right, thank you for the questions. For me, the a man's responsibility is to keep themselves safe first, and then probably can save their family as well, and to keep them safe as well. So yes, of course, I've been done that. I've been keep myself safe, and of course my family and also my siblings safe. So yeah, I completely have done that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Indonesia. Next, we have Mr. Malta. Your first question is, what is one thing you have learned from the COVID-19 pandemic?
Oh, really good question, actually. As a person, before the pandemic, I used to hate staying alone in the house. So I live alone. And the pandemic made me learn how to be with my own thoughts, be with myself, and actually enjoy my own company without having to be out of the house, meet people. So I think it helped me to grow a lot, mature, and get a better grasp of what it means to stay inside and, be alone with your thoughts.
Thank you, Mr. Malta. So you've been getting some mindful experiences being alone and understanding what the meaning of life is for you.
Well, the meaning of, that it's okay that you stay inside. You don't have to be always out with your friends. It's okay to relax a bit. Just to give you a bit of a background, I had just broke up with my ex-girlfriend. So it was even a bit more difficult for me to be inside and not meet people. So that was the big challenge for me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Malta. Next, we have Mr. Morocco. Your first question is, do you think that sign language should be taught in schools around the world? Why or why not?
Thank you for this question. Actually, for me, I'm great that the language science would be educated in schools, because I think that we should communicate with people who can't speak with science too. And I think that it's a very good language to communicate with people who can't speak. And yes, I'm agree with that.
Thank you, Mr. Morocco. Next, we have Mr. Romania. Your first question is, what are some ways men can be allies with women regarding safety on the streets?
For my opinion, the men and the women are the same. They have same power. I don't like discrimination. For me, woman is something high, because without woman, we don't have life. You understand? And that's why, because I grow with my mother, and my mother grow me like a man. And that's why, for me, women are, I think, more stronger than men. And I think it's enough.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Romania. Next, we have Mr. Sierra Leone. Your first question is, who do you look up to in your community and what made them special?
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful question. I think the person I look up to in my community is my father. You know, my dad is a very great person, you know. He gave birth to a lot of us. Like, we are 21, you know. My dad gave birth to 21 children, you understand? But he did his best to raise up all of us, you understand, in a unique way. He taught us how to be good, how to love one another, how to treat people nice. So, with him, he's one of my, he's a great man. So I think that is it.
Okay, so let's move on to the second part of the question round, starting back with Mr. Aruba. Your second question is, what is something we can learn only by talking to our elders?
Thank you for the question. I think the most important thing that we can learn from our elders is to be in family again, to talk with each other, to spend a little bit more time. Because at this moment, because of social media and because of the internet and all those things, all the time you are on the phone, on the laptop, we are seeing Netflix, we don't even talk with each other. So I think what we can learn from them, and I'm coming from a very close family with my elders, and we really want to talk and to teach our new generation that communication and family is the most important thing that we have at this moment, and not the phone and not the internet, you know, not the social media thing, but to share with each other, like, you know, talking with each other and not behind a screen, because those ones are not a real person. The one next to you can feel you and can understand you a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aruba. And I completely agree. I also come from a family where we're very close to each other. And especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, we need to cherish these moments with our families much more, because we never know what could happen tomorrow. And we don't want to live a life of regret where we wish we could have done or said something and the moment is lost. So next we have Mr. France. Your second question is, if you had to live your life over again, which part of your life would you change?
The basic answer will say I won't change anything, because my life is perfect as it is. And if I have to go back and to this time not do the same mistake that I did, because I did a lot of mistakes, and that won't help me to become the person that I am today. So I won't change anything. Maybe I will add a little bit of humility. I will maybe add more question in my life. I love asking questions because I love learning. So yeah, if I have to go back and do my life, I will ask more questions to the wiser people, to the older people, and ask them, how can I manage to do it? How I can do it? If I have a girlfriend, how should I do it? If I want to launch a business, how should I do it? Instead of going straight and do some errors. This is my answer. Thank you, Anntonia.
Thank you, Mr. France. Next, we have Mr. Haiti. Your second question is, how do you use your title to contribute to the community?
Thank you for the second question, because it stopped raining, so I can concentrate on my answer now. So before to go to Superstar Search and after Mr. Supranational, I am someone who will give back because who used to give back because I have a lot of privilege in my life. I have I have the best family and the best friends, so I'm blessed, and thanks God for that. And I used to give school supplies to children and who don't have this privilege because I think that education is the best thing to do and to have and our skills and Haiti we have a lot of problems and education is not a good education, and I'm so sorry for my Asians people because I'm out of the country to learn. It's not right, but if I want to go forward, I have to learn by myself and to try every way to get the better education after to come back in my country and do the best and try to change the life of my people. And now actually this year I have a big problem because I don't have enough money to do to buy a lot of school supplies to the children I work with. So I have friends to give me some money and some clothes to give them, and now I think it's I'm a good way to have a lot of things to send to Haiti. I'm grateful for that. But when I say I have a big family, a lot of friends who are very generous, and I think I will give a lot of good supplies this year. And this title give me a lot of a platform. I can expand more. I can touch more a lot of children who have who need supplies and who need education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Haiti, and very inspirational speech from you. Thank you for that. Next, we have Mr. Indonesia. Your second question is, what is something we should be teaching younger generations right now?
All right. We should be teaching about the acceptance because for me, nowadays that a lot of young kids now they didn't accept themselves because they want to be someone else's. And also about inclusivity as well. I wanted to convey a message about I want to convey about the inclusivity to the society because nowadays we've seen a lot of people got excluded because of their differences. For instance, their skin color, their religion, or their belief. I wanted to convey a message that we need to accept despite our limitations. Like I have the community, I started my colorblind community because I am colorblind, and that I make a community to build awareness about colorblindness in my country. And I wanted to young children who have limitations can accept themselves despite their limitations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Indonesia, and also very inspiring. Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Malta. Your second question is, who is a man besides your father that has made a big impact on your life, and why?
This is so easy for me. It's my mother's partner, because my parents are divorced. My mom has found this new man in her life. They've been together now for 20 years. And I can say that he is my father now today. They've been living happily together. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. All his input, all his help, the patience he has with us. Honestly, I couldn't believe that somebody can be so kind and willing to help others as much as my now father.
Thank you, Mr. Malta. Next, we have Mr. Morocco. Your second question is, What is something from your country that is unique, and how do you want to share that using your platform?
Thank you for this question. Actually, in my country, we have a lot of things that they are unique, but the most thing that I think that I can share with my platform is we have our culture, and we say that Moroccan are exception. Um, so if I can, how I can explain that? Actually, I will be a little bit more clear. So I think that I will share our education, our knowledge with people because we have a lot of things to give and to show to the world. I think that it will be our history. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Morocco. Next, we have Mr. Romania. Your second question is, what are your thoughts of undergoing plastic surgery for joining PACN?
From my opinion, and I don't like surgery and plastic surgery, and I don't have nothing with people who have do this. But from my opinion, everybody is beautiful, not outside, maybe inside. And in front of God, we are equal, everybody, and same. So I think everybody is beautiful, but maybe some people, they don't know how to use their beautiful parts and beautiful minds, and this is my opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Romania. Next,
Welcome.
we have Mr. Sierra Leone. Your second question is, define a woman's role in society.
Thank you. If I am to define a woman's role in a society, I believe women are powerful beings. They are specially made by God on earth. I would say they are a blessing. So for me, women are the backbone in any society. For every society to develop, they are the backbone. Without women, we are nothing. So they have an important role to play in society. That is why I believe in women empowerment. You know, back in the days when I was studying, I learned a lot. I work with communities because I study development studies. So I work with communities and I look around, I see there are so much more that women can do that even men cannot do. So to me, women, in fact, for every nation, not just a community, for a nation to develop, we need 90% of women to involve in leadership. So women are very important in nation building. So they are very much important and they have important roles to play in communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sierra Leone, for that very powerful message. And I completely agree. Not because I'm a woman, but because your message is very true. And I completely agree. So guys, that was, thank you. That was the last question for our Supra Chat with Anne for episode 4. Thank you so much for your answers and sharing your points of view. I really enjoyed getting to know you better, and I'm sure that the viewers also enjoyed it as well. So for the viewers, thank you so much for your questions, and I hope that you enjoyed getting to know these guys as well. And don't forget to download the Miss Supranational app on your phone to vote for your favorite Mr. Supranational 2021 contestant. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing rest of the day and
thank you
in your competition. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So much. Bye. Bye.
Just can't wait to meet you guys.